Beautiful day, Patriots. How are ya? So I just got a text from the Trump campaign. You know the one. It's the very basic 2 what is it? 22088. All right. 22088. And it's basically a channel or a texting service that asks for donated money, constantly asks us to give something, someone, some cause, some entity, to give them money so that they could fight for us. It's really kind of funny how on this Twitter channel it says if you donate now, we will 5 times your donation. I have a question. If I donate $1, who's the other entity that's donating the $5 or the $3 or the one other dollar double match? Who's the entity that also adds money? And who collects that money? I don't even care what they spend it on. I want to know who's doing the extra money. Anyways, let's not get into that. Let's just talk about other things, like the timestamp and gap code. I have questions. Sometimes I have answers. I want to know, how come everybody has to keep donating money and our taxpayer money keeps going weirdo? Nobody wants to ask where any of the money goes. But again, I digress. I'm a messenger. I'm trying to not be a ranter. Old habits are hard to die, I guess. Well, yesterday, the Trump team of 22088 sent out a text yesterday talking about Biden at 9:22 a.m. They text again today saying that they want money at 11:31 a.m. These are on the Pacific Coast time zones, but it doesn't matter what time zone you're in. The timing in between those two is 26 hours and 11 minutes. No matter what time zone you live in, no matter what state of denial you want to live in, there it is, the timing in between the two messages. 26 hours and 11 minutes. In this particular one, it says 5-5. They want 55 patriots. It's almost like a hidden message. Pretty random number, 55, don't you think? I'm just asking you a question. Do you have an answer for me? Do you have answers for yourself? When you ask a question, who do you run to get the answer from? Do you run to a bunch of other people to try to find out what you want to know? And then pick the ones that agree with what you already wanted to know? Or do you really seriously ask questions, accept the answer, regardless if it's what you want to hear or not? These are the questions I'm asking myself out loud on this channel. In the timestamp and gap code, it's timing in between tweets so that no matter what time zone you live in, we can all see. This came in at 9:22 a.m. on the Pacific, but on the East Coast, it came in at 12:22 p.m. But the timing in between the two are the same no matter where you're at. 5x5? Copy? Capiche? In the timestamp and gap code, the time difference between those two is 26 hours and 11 minutes. Gap, timestamp, and gap is -1. It could also be +1, but that goes deeper. We'll get into that later, as we did in the past. 5 by 5. So if we take 26 hours and 11 minutes and -1, that gives us 26 hours and 10 minutes. If you went to a sounding board and went to 2610, I ask you a question. Can you see how it's possible to have comms and communication in the open to operators? It's happened in every single conflict of war throughout all history. Secret messages going between one place and another on the same team in front of the enemy without the enemy having a clue, knowing that it's happening. Can you comprehend that type of concept? Yeah? So it was 26 hours and 11 minutes. 5 by 5? Yes, as I said, gap is -1. Could also be +1. But Q drop 505 teaches us that it's 0. 2611 is the timing in between 0. Gap is -1. And then we go 5, 10, and 15. These are advanced classes, just to keep things, I don't know, 220 on the 88 roll. So if we're looking at the time difference and the timestamp and gap code, and the gap is 2610, but the message said 55 Patriots needed. What if we did a 5 by 5 in the 5, 10, and 15 from Q drop 505? So if we took 2611, I ask you a question. If you minus 5, would that give you 2606? I don't know, would it? Could it be read like a sounding board? It's just a question. It'll be an answer that you have to ask yourself. If you just follow along blindly, none of this will ever make sense to you, and I get that. The first year, I couldn't believe that people couldn't understand it and get it. I really thought they were being silly and pretending that they didn't understand it. Now I get it's, well, let's just say you have to be, well, you have to know what your intentions are. 5 by 5? So anyways, if you're interested in what today's message from the Trump team, coming from 22088, it's 2611 of the time difference with the gap of 2610 and 2606. We'll get you started on your question and answer journey. God bless America. Oh, dang it. I had this all set up. I'm at step 1. We'll kind of put more in it tonight. And oh my gosh, I'm just so excited about this. Anyways, okay, you guys, have a great day. And remember, it's not what you want. It's what's best for everybody. God bless you, God bless me, and God bless America.